is Skip Price. I'm 68 years old, retired. Started my working life as a mechanic pretty much during the muscle car era, so I was attracted to cars and motorcycles at the time, and became leaned more towards Chevrolet. Originally working on the cars is what got me into it. Learning what I liked about certain cars, what I didn't. I started out early with some old Fords and Dodges, and found I liked Chevrolets, specifically the small block Chevy, better. Early on I had a number of $200 cars and hand-me-downs from my parents, but the first car I actually took out a loan for and bought was a '69 El Camino. My current car is a flashback. It's '69 El Camino, similar in color to the one I had before. 3 years ago, I knew I was in a position to start looking for a car. Looked online, followed the auctions, and found several cars, several El Caminos for sale in Chicago. So we bought tickets, made reservations to see the cars, and went out and looked at several. What made me choose this one was it ticked all of the boxes. We wanted a cruiser, air conditioning, and automatic. I liked the small blocks over the big blocks, and this ticked the boxes, and the color was good, the stance was good. When I first got it, I was pretty happy with what it was, but it wasn't too long, maybe 6 months, and some of the apparently shoddy bodywork was starting to show. So the biggest repairs we had to do to it was pretty much the whole body. When we originally got it, the engine was a 350 small block. Not the best performer, and lacked a little bit of power that I wanted. We again looked around, tried to find some engine builders, found one close enough that could put together a 427 small block, and we had him add fuel injection, tri-power fuel injection, and hopefully that's the end of the line. That's what we want for the motor. Drove it around quite a bit, and after a certain amount of time, obviously the body problems showed up, so we got some work done there. Transmission was slipping a little bit. Had that worked on, found out that I hadn't seen the transmission before underneath. It's a 700R4 4-speed with overdrive, which was the one pleasant surprise after we bought the car. So that was worked on, done a little bit of suspension work, and just fixing up the appearance since then. Any future plans are going to be what shows up, I guess. Hopefully we're done all the big tickets. Don't have any plans to modify anything else. Just what shows up, maybe a little bit more cosmetic work. What we have in it, including the original purchase price, is probably $65,000 to $70,000 without itemizing it. As far as anybody thinking about getting into the hobby, is what they call it, I would say do your homework, figure out what it is that you want to do, what kind of car, whether it's a muscle car era, which is what attracted me. There's some early ones, there's pre-war cars, there's some of the later model, the foreign cars, what we call the tuners. There's any number of car groups within the car hobby. I would say figure out what your interest is. Find some people that may have it. You can go to car shows, talk to people, look at car magazines, look at them online, educate yourself. Find out what it is you want to do. Know that it's going to take a lot of money, in addition to any hard work that you can do yourself. You can either go to an auction and buy a restored car and let somebody else put all the money into it first, because you never sell a car for what you have in it. The other option would be start with a basket case car and take it apart and build it back yourself, or find somebody that you trust that can do some of the work that you can't do.